I don't think I don't think I should be doing this. Hi, my name's Paul and this is PJT Ventures. Join me while I ramble on like an empty dump truck. Today's ramble, we're playing in the mud. Now, I probably shouldn't be using the scraper, but I wanted to just dig this down a little bit right here in this corner because I've just been pumping this upper part of the dam down. And so a bit of backstory. This was the original dam and dugout, but of course the dugout kind of stopped about there, and then this was all just kind of gradual, and by the middle of summer, this, of course, not ever having been dug out, it would dry up. And anyways, so a few years ago I stripped the topsoil and stockpiled the topsoil there, and then I built this berm with some of the bottom of the dugout, and then I also built the island for the geese. And so now, that was of course during the last 4 years of drought, and so this spring we had lots of runoff and we've had lots of moisture, so this dam filled up. There's a previous episode showing when I actually cut in a new spillway there. But anyway, so we had this one fill up, which was great, and this one over here, it was partially full. And so now that summer's here, the plan is we'll drain this down and let it dry out, and I'll keep digging this one deeper because it was actually never finished. It only just kind of got the topsoil stripped, like I was saying. So I thought we would just come and just dig a couple of deep spots here so that I can get the pump to pump the rest of this down. I had been actually siphoning. I'd get these hoses going with the pump here and then just let them siphon for the last week and a half, kind of just on their own. But now it's pretty well equalized as far as elevation, so I do have about a foot left to pump. You can see here out there, that's where the suction intake is out there. So I'll throw that into those holes there now, and yeah, the dragline works pretty good. It's probably been like 10 years since I've had the dragline bucket on. I've had the clam on it for a while, and of course I had the crane hook on it for a really long time, but it takes about a half a day to get the clutches and brakes kind of cleaned up and smooth, and then of course I'm rusty too. But it did pretty good. I probably, like I was saying, shouldn't be using the scraper. I mean, first of all, water and electricity don't mix, and then yeah, I sure would be silly if I knocked one of those motors with the bucket of the dragline and ruined all of the efforts that I've worked so hard for this last winter. But I think yeah, I think it worked out really good. I went really slow and careful, but look at this in here. That's some sloppy stuff. Anyways, we'll go dump this now, and yeah, I'll get that pump going in that low spot, and yeah, it should be good. Thanks again for joining me, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Bye for now.